Yo, what's up, everybody? Good evening. Good evening. Happy Father's Day, and welcome to the Devil Innings Advocate. It's your boy Q, and over there to my left or right, or whichever way you watching it. I see watching us. I see. Oh, okay. We're gonna call him Uncle Sick today because he not Big E. He's sick today. What's up, sir? Good morning, afternoon, or evening.
Good afternoon, good evening. It is it is the evening time.
It's the evening time, man. How's it been going? Everything good with you?
Everything is blessed. Everything is blessed, man. I have no complaints. Did you share this on Facebook?
That's I was just about to say that I don't know what's going on with it. It only is allowing me to go live on YouTube at this moment. That's the weirdest thing. But I shared the link with a whole bunch of people. So the link that I shared with you, you may want to forward that to those you want to see it. That's on Facebook.
Okay.
I'm not really sure, but that's okay. I'll deal with StreamYard later, and we'll actually, I should be able to forward this some kind of way so people can see this on Facebook. But nevertheless, all is well on this end. Okay, so today is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you.
Happy Father's Day to me.
Hap- Happy Father's Day to you. So how's your Father's Day been today? Has it been a good
Thank you.
Father's Day for you?
Thank you very much. Yes. It has been. It has been. It's been quiet. Hadn't really done anything. I did get out and do a 5 mile bike ride this morning.
All
That
right.
was good. Um, then I went to the store and got some stuff for meal prep, and
Meal
that's
prep.
it. So yeah, so I meal prepped, and then had me some brown stew chicken for dinner. So, but that's it.
Okay.
That's what we are. And now I'm at home talking to you and doing our podcast here. And yeah, it's great. It's a quiet day. I will leave here after we get this done, and I need to go to Walgreens.
On over there to the Walgreens.
Yeah, pick up some toiletries.
Okay, okay. I like the Walgreens. In Walgreens, they um no, CVS got the CVS card. Walgreens, they just have Walgreens kind of reminds me of Eckerd's back in the day. It reminds
Look
me of
at you go
Eckerd's
with
back
your
in the
old
day.
ass
I know, man. Let me tell you something. That's why I ain't got time for no BS because
talking about
my age,
talking about that.
my age and my
Wow.
gray hair, we don't have time for that. We just don't. We just don't have time
I
for that,
agree.
and I'm not about to be bothered with it. So I'm sharing this on Facebook right now, so the people can actually see it and actually go to YouTube. And I'm going to state that we are live on YouTube. Catch it, and hopefully some of the people go ahead and join. But I did share this with a whole bunch of people, the YouTube link, so everybody can see. But whatever. So real quick, I know that we have been we have been MIA for a little bit, last couple of weeks and all that good stuff. And so I'm just wanting to make sure that we are caught up with the people and letting them know, everything is going good and all that good stuff. And I know that you got some stuff going on as well. Have you made any nice looking delicious cakes lately?
Just yes, I last weekend, I believe, last weekend I made another cowboy team cake, which came out so gorgeous, man. It came out really gorgeous. I had the black. I used black fondant. I'm not black. I used brown fondant that made it look like leather for the cowhide
Hmm.
on this cake. So yes, yes, I did make one. It's two-tier cake. It was for a birthday party. This couple they always enlist me to bake for their celebration. So I appreciate that. I have, and I'm open for business. So if anybody is wanting any sweet treats, holla at your boy. I'm on all social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and you can find me under the Baking Poet or the Baking Poet Brunch and Bakery.
Nice. Nice, nice. Now I'm just letting everybody know, since he is making cakes and stuff again, I sure hope he keep that spirit going around the Thanksgiving and Christmas time. Because I need
I
another
will not
lemon
be.
pound cake. I need another lemon pound cake. And if you decide that you want to stop, I'm still putting my order in several months in advance, and so you just put me a part of everybody else. And so everybody excuse me for dying, I mean for me picking out my hair. My hair is three different colors. It is brown, it is gray, it is black somewhat. So
See,
just
that's another thing about gray hair that I just don't like is when it gets like that dusty brown. I don't like it. I don't like. I will probably never have hair again in my life unless it's just gross, this little fuzz. But I just and hair is so much maintenance. I don't even know why you're growing your hair out. It's so much maintenance, cute.
oh, I like to be pulled sometime.
Shut your dumb ass up.
I do. I mean, listen, let me tell you something. Don't knock it till you try it. I mean, sometimes I like to be pulled, but only certain people can touch my hair, and so I don't let everybody be
Shalom
going
said,
around
"Don't
here
touch
putting their
my
hand in
hair."
my hair. And I
Shalom,
just combed
no,
the curls out of
don't
it,
touch
so
my hair.
it's cool. Yeah, I'm enjoying my hair growth journey. It is great this
Ooh,
time around. I am. Um,
listen. I want to support you in that. I just, in my mind, at this big old age, I don't want no damn hair. Mm-mm.
somebody asked me to grow my beard out some time ago. It was like, you should let it all grow out, and I'm like, mm-mm. Now you talking about, so I'll be walking around here looking like somebody's granddaddy, pappy, for
Oh yeah,
real.
like if I let this out, it's all gray. I know it is. I can see the follicles when it grows like this peach fuzz, white.
White. That's it. White. White.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
lucky
nah,
that
I don't think
this
so.
and my mustache still have a little black in it, but it's pretty much white.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty much.
No, yeah. I wonder how long. Like, and then I'm growing gray hair in my eyebrows. Bro,
Me
what's
too.
happening?
And this one right here. This one right here. No, this one I got two
Gray hair
in
in my
this eyebrow.
eyebrows. I was gonna get me a little makeup pen. I don't know which one to get though. I don't want no gray hair. I don't care. I don't care.
I
I
don't, I
wouldn't
don't
even be.
I don't want any
I
gray hair
won't.
either. But I mean, but it's there. And
If I can get something that like darken, you know how they have that comb through stuff for men. If you comb it through, it takes the gray away. They need something for our eyebrows.
but they have the shampoo now that you're supposed to be able to put on your beard, on your mustache, on your eyebrows, and stuff like
Oh, and
that.
it
That
darkens it.
and it darkens it. They're supposed to have that out. Now I'm kind of scared of that because I think I end up, looking like something else. If I did that, I guess, I think after a while, because I think you'll get used to your appearance being a certain way. That what happens is that when you finally dye it black or something like that, or if you did it like that, it'll feel funny. You be like, did I used to be that
Hmm.
black before? And it'll start to feel
Yeah,
funny.
it's funny because I saw a picture. I was at a wedding in 2020, in 2021,
Hmm.
and my beard was jet black. And I don't know if it was because of how it was filmed. Yes, I did a video, but it was black, black. I'm thinking like, damn, my beard's so black. It looked like I dyed it, but I've never dyed my beard. Never.
Me
Oh, I did
either.
one time. I dyed it one time, but I kept washing it to take it out because it looked so crazy. And I love this. I love my little skunk, so I don't necessarily like my face, my beard dyed black. I like for it to look natural.
Yeah, and see that's the thing. Like you, at least you have like a pattern for you. Mine just said fuck it and just woof. I mean, it's like somebody hit me in the face and in the head with a thing of flour. Boom. I mean, just left it there.
I wonder how long your hair is going to be gray at the roots and black at the top.
That is weird, huh? Well, I think. Well, my dad, when my dad rested, so it was like that. It's just trimmed up. It was like that for years. Now it used to just be. I was like, kind of like you had like a little skunk patch, and it was just gray here, and that's where it
Hmm.
stopped. But then I think when I hit 35, it started going growing across the edge. It started edging like that, and then all of a sudden, of course, up here it's still specks up here or whatever, but it's predominantly on the edges now, just like my dad. And it is like the weirdest thing. The
I
weirdest thing.
There's
Ugh.
this guy that's on one of those love shows. It's a show about love. Damn, it come
Uh,
on. I think it come on the OWN network. It's black people
mm-hmm.
ready for love. So this guy, it was a season where this guy was on there and he had gray hair. And let me tell you, so he was probably your age too, but the entire he had like a really good, like kind of like around the same texture of your hair, and
Okay.
it was complete. It was just it was complete. It was gray, and I think he may have been in his early 40s.
Mm.
But his, how he kept it trimmed, how he kept it, did up and stuff. His hair looked really, really nice. Everybody can't do that. Everybody can't do
Exactly. Exactly. But we liking it that way. Y'all know we're just shooting the shit. But let's go ahead and get started. So I decided to name today's show Holy Smokes and Strokes.
it. What? And strokes?
Yes.
Holy smokes and strokes.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Now I don't have any booze today.
Well, good for
Uh,
you.
uh, yeah, I don't have any booze today. I don't know if you got your drink with you or not. So okay, so but I went real ratchet today. I went real ratchet because I was feeling myself today, and so I just got me a nice good beer. So that's what we're gonna do. I cooked today. I made a roast, some cabbage, and some red beans
Oh,
today and on a
this is
Father's
good.
Day and all that good stuff. And so everybody's fed and not fucking with me. All right. So let's get it started. So I call it Holy Smokes and Strokes. So we got a letter in. We got a letter in. Let's start it there. And I don't know where he went to, but I'm sure he'll be back in a second. We got a letter in. I read this or I paraphrased it on yesterday's show. And I know for a fact that that letter it's still bothering some people or whatever. So I'm gonna pull Seek back in real quick. I don't know what he did to make himself disappear,
I
but
have
he's
no idea.
back. But
I
so
have no idea.
we got a letter in yesterday. And so do we need to take the oath of truth today? Do we need to do that?
I swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Cheers to
And
that.
bad camp.
In in the gold can. We'll do that. Mm-hmm.
What are
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
drinking?
Mm-hmm.
What is that you drinking anyway?
Something real ghetto.
I'm all right with it.
A locos. A locos.
You need to get your life together.
You know what? I got it together, but that's I had a taste for it. I had a taste for it because I
Lord
got
have
some
mercy.
tequila over there, but I won't leave tequila alone. Not today. We can't do
Not
that.
today. You're
Not
gonna give it
today.
a rest.
We're gonna give it a rest. We're gonna give it a rest. So we got a letter. We got a letter in. I paraphrased the letter. I'm gonna do it again today. So here we go. We have this young man. His name is Dylan. Okay. Dylan is 32 years old, and he was in a relationship with this young lady named Peggy from Dallas, Texas. All right. So situation is this. Dylan and Peggy been messing around or dating for about 3 years now. He really, really likes her. He really thinks that she is cool, or whatever the case it is. However, and let me do it like this. This letter, I'm assuming precedes or the time frame is a little bit later than the way that he wrote the letter because there's no longer this is no longer legal in Texas. But this is what happened. Peggy and Dylan, they both have a 7-year-old child. Okay. They got together and made a 7-year-old. However, she's calling him a deadbeat or whatever because they're no longer together and she wants him on child support. Well, what happened was is that when they went to child support court or whatever, he showed the judge that he was saving up monies or whatever for the child, but he was putting it in a an account for the child's college fund, but he wasn't giving the money to her. Okay.
Okay.
Also, in his letter, he said that he told the judge that she and him had an actual agreement that that she, or both of them, I guess, was supposed to terminate the pregnancy because he was not ready for a child. Now, this happened 7 years ago. Well, she snuck and had the baby anyway because she went out of town and had the baby and spent his money. So when he told the judge that they had an agreement or whatever, the judge asked, was this agreement verbal or was it in writing? He said it was a verbal agreement. The judge asked her, was this correct? She said, yes, we had an agreement. However, she decided to change her mind, and it's her body, and she should be able to do what she wants to do with her body. The after effects of this is the judge denied her petition for child support because they had an agreement to terminate. So the question on the table is, if a man gets a woman pregnant and they come up with an agreement to terminate such pregnancy or even say adoption, they agreed to do this or whatever, and he gives you the money because in order for you to have a contract, there has to be a stipulation, there has to be an exchange of something or exchange of goods, and there has to be a specific date in which said contract ends or begins. And he gives her the money,
To have the
and she's
abortions.
and she spends it. Should he be responsible for the baby if
Did
she
he
and
give her? Did he give her money to have the abortion?
he gave her the money to have the abortion, and he told the judge that, and the judge sided with him in Texas now. in Texas.
Hmm.
And the judge told her that he was not responsible for that. And so now she's calling him a deadbeat dad. Should a man be responsible or paying child support or for any child if he has an agreement with her to terminate such pregnancy and he gives her the money and she spends it? Should
No,
he be responsible for the child?
no,
No. Why?
no, because they came to an agreement. They came to agreement that she was going to have the abortion. He gave her the money for the abortion. Then she took it upon herself to not have the abortion. Didn't tell him that she wasn't going to have the abortion. Left the place where they live to have the abortion, and then he's left with what? You know what I'm saying? They had a conversation. Hey, let's go ahead and go this route. I'm not ready for a baby. You're not ready for a baby. Whatever the case may be, whatever the reasoning was, they came to an agreement, and she breached that. She breached it. So now he is not responsible for that child. He can be if he wants to be, but he, by law, legally, he is not.
I so agree with you 100%. 100%. Now, some people may think that that would be a little too harsh or whatever, us saying something like that. But however, agreements are meant to be agreed upon.
I don't give a fuck if people think that that's harsh or not. There's so many reasons of why, and then see that you try your best not to go into the reasons why you would think that she would do that. First of all, she was out of place, out of line, out of order
Mm-hmm.
for taking that man's money and then deciding it. She just said, "Listen, I know you don't want this baby, so I'm gonna give you this money back because I want to keep this baby. Um, is there anything else that we can talk about? Because I really don't." She didn't even have a conversation with him, yet she took his money to have an abortion for an abortion that she did not have. No, that's your child now. You need to take care of it. It's so difficult to hear me say that out of my mouth, but the reasoning, she should not have done that to him. Period. She should have had a conversation, and now he is put in, you know, in this particular situation, unwilling, and
Yeah.
it's not fair to him. It's not fair to him. So she can call him. She listen. If I was that guy, she could call me anything. She can call me everything in the book. You know what happened. You know what happened. So I don't know if I don't know if she was trying to lock him down for the next 18 years. I don't know if she thought that the baby would have them get together. I don't know if she had some type of spiritual awakening that she don't want to have an abortion or whatever the case may be. But whatever reasons, those are your reasons, not mine. So you have to live with those consequences now, and it's fucked up
It's 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 definitely fucked up because the child is ultimately going to be the one suffering.
from a decision that his mother made.
Exactly. Exactly. And I just want to say to you, brother, God bless your heart. I'm so sorry that that happened to you, and I agree. So happy to agree 100%. You did a holy stroke. Okay. You did a holy stroke and your stroke caught up with you. Excuse me. That caught me off guard. And your stroke caught up with you. And so all I can say is, listen, if you don't want any kids, there are several different options that are available to assist with preventing that to happen. And so maybe
Hmm.
we need to start doing that or whatever. Now the child is 7 years old now, and I understand at that time in Texas, she could have went to the abortion clinic to do such thing or whatever, but maybe she didn't feel supported in the decision, and like E said, maybe she decided to, she had an epiphany and say, no, we don't do that or whatever. Because in the black community, That was real huge at one point. We don't believe in that. Oh, no, 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 we don't believe in abortion. You don't do that. You have that baby because it was God's intention for that baby to be here. And if you wasn't doing what you was doing, then maybe you know that wouldn't have happened. But my thing with that is that every baby that's conceived is not born
True.
for whatever reason. And so we'll leave that alone. I know there's a little touchy subject on Father's Day, but God bless your heart, brother.
No,
And
but it's appropriate for Father's Day. And it's annoying. It's fucking
it's
annoying. I mean, it is annoying. Like, why the fuck would you do that to that man? You know what I'm saying? It's annoying. Like, you don't even have. Yeah, please don't start with me with that bullshit. And
happy
yeah,
happy Juneteenth, everybody. Happy Juneteenth to everybody. Happy Juneteenth to you. Happy Pride. Happy
happy
Pride.
Juneteenth, happy Juneteenth. What's today's date? Q 14th or
Today's the
14th?
15th of June.
Today's the 15th. In 4 more days, we will be celebrating Juneteenth. What an exciting time! So
Oh,
yes, Juneteenth again. Pride is all month. Juneteenth, we celebrate Juneteenth this entire month. I really wish that we would do that. Like, like they celebrate Pride this whole month. Let's celebrate Juneteenth this whole month. So
okay.
that's just how I feel about it.
So, are we excited to celebrate Juneteenth? Are we excited to celebrate it?
Are we? Should we not be?
I'm asking a question. Are we excited? I've heard through the grapevine, that some of us are just that every day is Juneteenth. Every day is Juneteenth.
Well,
For
every day is
us,
Juneteenth for us. We
you know.
celebrate it that way. But to acknowledge the actual day is something else. But every day is Juneteenth. So
So should now, I do know that President Biden did declare Juneteenth during his term as a national holiday. Are you going to work on Juneteenth?
I'm off.
You off?
Yeah, I'm off.
So a lot of people are not off on Juneteenth, and a lot of employers are not recognizing Juneteenth. Okay, Seek, I don't know where you went to. Can you hear me still? There you go.
I'm here. I'm here. Um, I'm off on Juneteenth. So
And so a lot of employers are not recognizing Juneteenth as a national holiday, which I think is really, really sad. Unfortunately, however, it is a national holiday at this point until, or unless if Wig decide to, put his little chicken scratch on it, or whatever. Shout out to all of the cities around, even here in Dallas and in Houston as well, that are protesting. Please protest peacefully, and do your best because we at the house, we at the house, we at home, and so protest peacefully. Be as careful as you can. Is all I can tell you.
I
Let
have
me.
been seeing. So let me tell you something. So I have been seeing. I'm trying to get this damn thing situated. I have been seeing the protest, right?
Hmm.
And it looks like our black asses are at home. It looks like that,
Oh, absolutely.
and I'm so happy.
It'd be different, definitely different if it was us out there. Oh, you
And
already know it.
I know, but what I'm saying is that now you understand what it means when we are out there protesting. Now you understand what this is, and I'm talking about gobs of people out there in the street protesting, and I love it. I love to see it. I love to see it. Absolutely. Y'all do y'all motherfucking thing.
Have
Do
at
whatever
it.
you need to do to listen. I'm so goddamn tired of people um, grabbing on to our boots because you know, our boots been on the ground for motherfucking decades dealing with white supremacy, and people are piggybacking on us. Now we get a chance to piggyback on you motherfuckers. Get your ass out there and march. Change something.
There you go.
Change
There you
something for the
go.
betterment of all of us. Because each time we did something as far as civil rights was concerned, that changed the trajectory for not just black folk, but every motherfucking body else.
Hmm.
So yeah, we want to piggyback on you bitches now. I'm at home.
We're at
I'm not
home
marching.
and we're not using no markers. We saving on our poster boards. We're not making anything.
I ain't
We're
writing
saving
shit.
money and we're at the house.
I ain't writing shit. Not
We're
a
not
damn
doing
thing.
that. I think I
Not a
saw
damn thing.
one sign that said because the protest is called the No Kings protest, just in case if you guys are unaware. And what it is of course, we already know what Donald Trump or Orange Head or Wig or whatever you want to call him, him, along with Elon Musk and whoever else is out there along with him that's in the Senate, and also these governors who he has kind of in his pocket per se. We'll say allegedly. With that, we all know that
You
what
saying
he's
allegedly,
attempted to
not a
do
motherfucking thing.
is try to run a patriarchy, more so making the United States more so a communist country, and it's not going to happen. And so we don't have any kings here. Is what the protest about, of course, or whatever. We're not bowing down, kissing your ring, and all this kind of stuff. But what the hell was y'all at during the election? I mean, because in my deal, the difference between us out there protesting is because our rights are being violated. But however, most of you that are actually out there protesting is because you found out that he lied.
I
And
wish I would. I wish I could have sent you this video, and I'm not sure if you've seen it. I don't even know if we talked about it, but it's about this black man in the car. It's this black man in the car, and
mm,
he is talking about this particular state. I cannot remember the name of the state right now, but in this state, the entire Democratic Party, I think everybody on the Democratic Party side or something like that, they got most of the votes. Most of those people won, and I think even the governor won in this particular state. But
mm,
Kamala Harris did not win. All the Democrats won, but Kamala Harris did not win, which was very interesting. So they looked at the numbers. Guess how many votes that Kamala Harris got? None. Zero. How in the fuck can the entire Democratic Party win, but not the Democratic president? So they're saying that those numbers don't add up. It doesn't make any sense. That don't make sense. That's not how people vote. This is historical knowledge. These are facts. This is data. So now they
mm-hmm.
going back and going back because just like Trump said, you don't even have to go out and vote.
He said it.
You don't even have to go out and vote. We already got it. So I wish that what I would like to do, and maybe I need to search it for myself, because when we start having conversations about where were these people when they were voting, and
Mm,
we know that you know some stupid ass Hispanics and all the rest of the motherfuckers that fall up under that particular race, they want to be white so goddamn bad. They want to be white so bad that they did vote for Trump. And now you have to eat it, bitch. And what they're saying is, you're not white, girl.
you're
You're
not
not.
white.
And I don't give a damn. In my business, in my profession, when a Hispanic person, when a Mexican person, Mexican, Chicano, um, Cuban, Mexican, Chicano, Cuban, uh, what is it? Mexican, Cuban, uh, it's a Hispanic, Latino. They come to the hospital. We have to make them white
Really?
We have to make them white when they come to the hospital, and then ask them, well, what is your ethnicity?
Oh,
Now I have a whole motherfucking black ass Hispanic man that speaks fluent Spanish. Spanish is his first language. First language. And he is blacker than me, but I have to make him white.
you gotta make him white.
Fuck them people. Fuck them people. I am so fucking. It is absolutely asinine to me, and that is only to make white folk, because they're dying off.
Yeah,
So if the census says these are white folks, they can excuse the ethnicity. No, bitch. This man is black. He is black, and he is Cuban. He is black, and he is Mexican. He is black. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at this motherfucker. He is not white. His skin is not white. So yeah, no. My point is this. I don't want to veer too far off from it. I would like to know, or I'd like the conversation to change to where we really start delving into this motherfucker stealing this election, because it doesn't make, I don't give a fuck what you say. If the man said, we got it, don't worry about it, don't go, we already got it on lock. It don't matter. That whole motherfucking state, bro. It didn't matter if those people came out and voted anyway. He stole it. And he told us that. Rachel
he did.
Maddow did a whole motherfucking show on when she opened up her show. This is what this motherfucker said. And then people started to pick it up. So I want our I want the conversations to change. And I think if the conversations just change to this motherfucker is a thief and he stole this election, if we focus more on that instead of saying, well, where were y'all when you didn't vote? You can't. Bitch, they did vote. They did vote, and their votes were not just suppressed; their votes were stolen.
Stolen.
Period.
Well, welcome to America.
By a motherfucker who said, "Oh, don't worry about it. You don't have to go."
He said, wait a minute, wait a minute, straight face when he said it too.
Don't worry about it. We got it. I'm
Yeah,
telling about people that don't even have to go vote. This is what this ignorant motherfucker said, and we did not pay attention to that. So I don't
yeah.
know, man.
I got a video for us. Let's switch up the topic. Let's go ahead and get we talked about the Holy Strokes. Now let's talk about the smoke a little bit. I got a video I'm gonna play for us real quick. This video is the one that you sent me actually. I say, you know what? I think that we should talk about this because I believe that this is going to spark some conversation. So here it is. This is coming from a conversation. This is on a podcast or whatever. And I want you to listen to what this gentleman is saying. This is in regards to the genre of black gospel music. And we're gonna be talking about this for a few moments, whatever, because we're gonna talk about Dietrich Haddon's ass. Oh, I can't wait to talk about him. I can't wait, and I'm gonna definitely tag him in this. So I hope he gets a chance to see it. He may or may not, but I hope he does. But yeah, let's talk about it real quick. Here's the video, everybody. Check it out.
Charismatic worship, by which I mean the vast, tangled, contradictory phenomena of emotionally performative, musically semi-competent, come-as-you-are evangelical rock, owes its very soul to the Black church. Theft repackaged as innovation. Yeah. Can you talk about that?
In some ways, it's a natural part of the process that you might hear black music or you might hear black stories and songs and be inspired by that and want to take some of that and add it to your own. The genesis of that is actually very good and open-minded and curious, but you cannot remove yourself from the context of America, which is the constant stealing of black work and art and ideas and labor by white people to make money. If you're going to be inspired and if you're going to look to blues or gospel, and really in terms of the streams that I come from, like the charismatic world, heavily influenced by black Pentecostalism. But I was never taught that. I was taught John Wimber came up with all of this in the late 70s, particularly the gifts of the Spirit, speaking and singing speaking in tongues and prophecy and so forth. These are things that were held up by the African church for centuries when the Western church
Yes.
was not doing. They were then stolen literally from the land and brought here as slaves in the same way that America tends to do, begins to say, oh, this makes us feel good. We'll take it now. And that will be our innovation. That will be our revival. That will be our renewal of the spirit. Language that we use to kind of talk about something new and innovative, but is really a theft. It's more than a borrowing. It's more than just being inspired. Was it God? Yeah. But we viewed it as something we had discovered that had no other roots or connections to history. You end up erasing Black history. You erase it by saying, oh, this was just a move of God that spontaneously happened. But it is not new. It has actually happened in the Black church for centuries.
So
Yeah, it has happened in the Black church for centuries.
let's dig into it. Let's dig into it. Let's dig into it. Yeah. He said that of course the white charismatic church basically has gotten their flavor from the black church. Of course, in every particular denomination, music is far widespread, especially in Pentecostal churches. Church of God in Christ churches, where typically the music is a little bit more upbeat and fast paced. Baptist churches, of course, they have more slow music, but they get to the patty cake, Baker's men type of deal or whatever. As of the saints will say, pick them up and put them down type deal or whatever, where you're doing a lot of praising versus worship. And so I do know Church of Christ, they don't really have a lot of music, but they use their voices, hymnals, things of that nature. And so what he said, when you sent me that video and I watched it like 2 or 3 times, I not only was in complete agreement, but you see it all over the world. Asians over in Asia, different choirs. You see it with different churches that are white churches, white pastors who have predominantly black congregations. There's a little guy on there. I can't think of his name, but I kind of like him. The chubby white dude that's always kind of moving around and he's doing this thing or whatever, just kind of putting them down and picking them up, all this kind of deal. Predominantly black membership, black songs, the way that they choirs sing, everything, comes from the black church. And it's interesting that you sent that to me because as music as a whole, we can't have anything. I was looking at a video yesterday. I almost sent it to you, and it was a party at a white nursing home, and the white DJ was playing "This Is How We Do It," and these people were really trying to actually move to this music, whatever. And all of them need to have their asses in the bed, but they were really, really moving around with their canes, and they were having a good time, and they were saying, "This is how we do it," or whatever, just clapping and just doing their thing.
Hmm.
So why is that? Why is it? Is it because they don't have any culture? Is that what that is?
Um, what I will say is this is that Black people move the culture forward. We are the Black people, are the culture. We are the culture. Anything that we do, trust and believe that somebody else is going to take what we have done and try to make it their own. And if they
Right.
can't make it their own, they're going to bring so much of us into it. Paula White, um, and that other white woman that preaches at Jake's other church or whatever the case may be.
Her name's Cheryl Brady.
Cheryl Brady. All of those other, many white women, Rod Parsley, um, all of them who cannot seem to tap into their own culture will take from Black folk, not just in the church, but just across the board. We move the culture forward. We're dope ass people. and they can't fucking stand it. They could not make their own, but somebody else was going to take it. They can't. They look to us to do that. So I sent you that because I wanted to know where you stood with it. But to hear, to I don't know if you heard the introduction when he first started off, how he was like, listen, we need to bow down to black folk. Because if it had not been for them, we would not be doing this fake ass Christian gospel music. And we need to honor that. We need to honor them for that. And we need to recognize that it is theft. It is not us going in and recreating something. You heard him say, we try to change it. It's our renewal, it's our revival, it's ours, ours, ours. No, bitch, it's not yours, it's ours. And to recognize that and allow yourself to be like, you know what, this was amazing. This could work in our churches too. We are
Right.
spirit filled people. So
Absolutely.
it doesn't matter. Our ancestral beings, spirit, our people who came before us is in us.
Right.
So when you look at the Church of God in Christ, you look at and how they act when the spirit is high. Baptist, full gospel, who anything charismatic, right? Even old boy named at the Church of Christ in Chicago and other churches like that, right? That is African. That's not just American. We are American now, but by way of Africa, that is indigenous African worship. It just looks different now. It looks different now. And white folk, Chinese folk, Mexican folk, you know, you got Pentecostal Mexicans right straight church right down the street from me. All of them understood that from how we worship. There was no other people worshiping like that. The indigenous people may have worshipped like that. Um, Indians, because they too are spirit filled like that. But Christian, as far as Christendom is concerned, that is and how we do it here in America. That comes from Africa. I was years ago. I had posted. Um, oh God, what is another? It's another Pentecostal church. I can't think. Please help me think of it. Cute. It's not the Church of God in Christ, and it's Black Pentecostals too. I can't think of the name of this religion.
Are you talking about apostolic?
Apostolic.
Oh, apostolic goes in, boy. Whoa.
So the
They
so
go
look,
in with it, boy. They go in with it.
that was this thing happening at this apostolic church, and they put it on social media, and it was so beautiful. They were all in harmony, and they were all chanting, and they were just moving in synchronicity around the church, and it was so it was so African. I was like, I wonder if that, and it looked so authentic that it wasn't planned, but
Hmm.
how they began to worship was so African. I was like, whoa, we can't. I don't give a damn what you give us. If it is Jesus, if it was Horus, if it was whatever other gods that came before, uh, after Christ, but that was before Christ or after Christ, whoever it is, we are going to find a way to incorporate an African worship, even if we don't know that it's African, because it's in us. So what the white man was saying, like we need to bow down to them, and we need to understand that we stole this from them and give them credit where credit is due.
I also take the perspective of our ancestors moving through the veins of those who did not, will not, do not respect or accept us. I look at that as well. I think the ancestors are pretty pissed about some things right now. You know, they burning down plantations, and
Yeah.
I don't think that they're done. I don't think that they're done. And we have to really we have to look at it that once we tap into that power, you know, that sits inside of all of us as being blessed to be black.
Hmm.
When we tap into that power, not only do we make change and create change, but we are the change. We
I
are the
agree.
change. You know, we come in many different shapes, size, and colors. We are the only ethnicity that have a full rainbow sign. You know, and we can definitely, you know, create the movement that this world needs. That's why everybody is like, well, where are the black people? Why aren't you guys out here with us? Because you know, if two or three of us step out there, that the entire aura of the function is going to change. I used to love it when we back in the day we go to the club, and you know there's certain people that's gonna walk up in the club is gonna turn it up just by seeing them on the dance floor. You'll get
Mhm.
hyped because you saw them on the dance floor. I so happen to be
Mhm.
one of those people. But you know, you get out there, and you know, and one thing that I used to do, and I'm not ashamed to say it, you know, when we would go to the club, and after the dancers got through dancing in their perspective or on their perspective boxes, I used to get up there and dance like I was a dancer, like I was a stripper, and got tips too. But what I'm saying is that we have the power to change anything around us. And if we are able to continue to stay and walk in that power in our everyday lives, professionally and personally, we're able to change those around us, even those that don't look like us, because they will buy into us because they don't have anything for themselves to fall back on. I really hate that, you know, a lot of our families and our communities, they don't know who great granddaddy is. They don't know who great grandma is. You know, a lot of us, you know, have forgotten our family tree. It is necessary that you know your history and know where your families come from, and know, you know, the impact that it has had down from the leaf to the roots, you know, and that's really important, you know. And I want us all to get into that place where we're able to tap into that, because there are people who actually fought for and died for us and left their essence behind for us to continue the way,
Mhm.
you know.
Yep. Yeah.
So speaking of that, and speaking of shit stolen, let's talk about your boy. That's your friend, Dietrich Haddon. I I'm gonna play the video. Let's go and get if you're watching, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. Go ahead and drop your comments. Y'all quiet today, and that's okay. Go ahead and drop your comments. Share this broadcast with your friends, your family, your hoes, your no's, and your yeses. You know, and check this video out real quick with us. I'm gonna let him talk for just a second, just a brief second, because I'm just I'm just not a Dietrich Haddon person, but I really never have been. But here it is. Here
You're
you
not a
go.
Dietrich Haddon person. You're not a CC Winans person. I mean, come on, Q.
Yeah, yeah, I know, I know, I know.
Oh,
Let me do it like this. I'm gonna start this over. Let me see if I can get into it real quick here. Let me click this. Oh, I had the power to pause it, but I'm not. It's not letting me go back. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to go back here for a second, and then I am going to see if I can just reload this, and then get him. There it is. There it is. All right. So here it is with your boy Dietrich Haddon, y'all. Y'all, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Drop your comments and all that good stuff. Y'all, let's talk about it. We about to talk about Dietrich Haddon's ass. Thank y'all for coming. I know Facebook is tripping with us on today, but we're glad that you're here. So y'all check this out with Dietrich Haddon. Here it is. Let's go.
Gospel music industry needs an overhaul, period. After last night's show, it's an indicator that we just need a complete reset. Like what are we doing? Are we allowing this to happen over and over again and wonder why the gospel music industry is dying? Come on, man. In order to have something different, you have to do something different. So we need people in the room that know gospel music, that's in the trenches of gospel music, that's advocating for the genre as a whole and not one particular person. It's already a small genre. So it's hard for us to watch the Dr. Bobby Jones Gospel Award being given to somebody that's not in our space, right? No disrespect to the artist, but that's not the space she's in. And so it makes it discouraging, disappointing, and it takes the wind out of all of it. And we
All right, so that was a piece of the clip, real quick, of Dietrich Haddon expressing his distaste for, and we already know what it is, but if not, he's talking about, in actuality, Kirk Franklin, and he's talking about the fact that Kirk Franklin has Glorilla, of course, rap artist or whatever the case it is, on one of his songs on a Rain on Me remix. Also, what happens is she ended up winning the Bobby Jones Gospel Award on the BET Awards. She was endowed with that privilege to win that award, and the gospel music industry went ham. Okay, he's just one of the ones that had something to say that Glorilla won that award. And so I want to get your take on this, and then I'm going to talk and tell you what I think. But what do you think about that? First of all, we're talking about Dietrich Haddon. Out of all people, Dietrich Haddon is a charismatic gospel artist. I like some of Dietrich's music, actually. Pastor Dietrich, or whatever, if he's still pastoring, I know he's still married to the second wife, so thank God for that. But he is expressing his distaste about that. So what you think? You know, Glorilla, she got the Bobby Jones Award. Bobby Jones got his award. What you think about that? What am I talking about myself?
Listen, I think Dietrich has a right to be disgruntled with this particular situation for several reasons. First of all, we already know with Dr. Bobby Jones Gospel, we already know what that was about. We already know that. I think that Dr. Bobby Jones, I think it's an affront to his legacy to give that award to Glorilla. Now, let me say this. This last project that Glorilla did, I love it from front to back. As soon as she come on, listen, I can watch it all the way. I can listen to it all the way through, no skips.
Oh wow,
No skips.
no
The song
skips.
that the song that she did with Kirk. So Kirk is actually on Glorilla's project.
Oh, that was hers. Okay, gotcha.
That's her song. So it's Kirk and Kiki Sheard, Kiera Sheard, on that particular project. I do not think that she should have won Best Guy. Now, here's the thing: Glorilla did not win Best Gospel Artist.
Right.
She won Best Gospel Song. I think she. I think if we look at where they are, this is the
Okay.
BET Awards, right?
Right.
This is not the Stella Awards. This is the BET Awards. Gospel music is looking different. I was listening to this young cat today, which I love. I think his name is Cole. He has a nice song. I heard it on Erica Campbell's radio show this morning. Loved it. It don't even sound like gospel music, but if you listen, it is gospel all the way through. Um, she won Best Gospel Song. The song ain't that great. The song ain't that great. I'm just letting you know. And I like the song, but it's not worthy of that award. That's one. Two, You need somebody that listens to gospel music to choose. You just can't choose because Glorilla is hot right now. She got a hot CD out. Everything is Glorilla, Glorilla, Glorilla. Oh, she got a gospel song too. Oh, we're gonna give her this award. No, bitch. There are other artists out here that's doing this work and really doing the work. And I think that's what Dietrich is getting at. There are other artists out here that's really that got hot gospel music better. The song that I heard this morning way better than Glorilla. Glorilla got that award because Glorilla is on top right now, and they're trying to make a statement. They're trying to make a statement. You can be as raunchy and nasty and hoish and everything else, and make a gospel song and still get best gospel song. And I get what they're trying to do, but this for the legacy of Dr. Bobby Jones, this is ridiculous. What Dietrich is talking about as far as the gospel music needing an overhaul, I don't know what the fuck Dietrich is talking about. Because there is gospel music coming out of the woo-ha. Even he has worked with secular artists. So I may agree with him on the fact that that award should have went to a gospel artist. It should have went to a gospel artist, not a secular artist, because it's a gospel song. And even if she didn't win gospel uh, album, this is a gospel song. She is not a gospel artist. The song shouldn't have even been. They don't even play a goddamn song on the radio. They don't even play it on the radio. What the fuck are you talking about? No, no. I'm with Dietrich as it pertains to Dr. Bobby Jones' legacy and his love for gospel music. I am not with him when he says that the gospel music industry needs an overhaul, uh, especially not with the BET Awards. Now, probably with the Stellar Awards, it needs an overhaul. But with the BET, you saw Kirk closed the show.
Yeah.
I mean, who else better? Kirk is a performer. He's supposed to be at the BET Awards. He's supposed to be everywhere. But as far as best gospel song is concerned, there are too many other artists out there. But you know what the thing about that is, though? Let me say this: they should take the category away, take it out, take it out. If you're not gonna allow a gospel artist to use that song, to use that category, or do what the Grammys just did. The Grammys just made a whole new what you call them for country music.
Oh, you're talking about
Traditional
they have
country,
the Country Grammy Awards.
yes. Traditional country or contemporary country. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm
And
gonna
listen, somebody else said this. Somebody else said, let me say this, Q. Somebody said this that's about racism. I don't I don't see it as racism. I see it as a just do. Now we know it's fuck shit if they keep giving traditional country to the white people. We do know that. But contemporary gospel, that is a real category. If she would have won for contemporary gospel song because she is a contemporary artist, cool. But if she cannot be a contemporary artist or have a contemporary gospel song and go up against traditional gospel artists, absolutely not. I think they're out of line for that.
all right. Now
Give
now
them the category.
now I'm gonna be the devil on this one. Okay. I'm gonna be the devil on this one. While what you're saying is true, I don't agree 100%. Now I'm gonna say this. Now, just in case you guys are joining, thank you so much for watching. We're talking about Dietrich Haddon and his comments about the gospel industry needing an overhaul because Glorilla won the Bobby Jones Award on the BET Awards for a gospel song. Of course, if you know who Bobby Jones is a legend in gospel music, and not only in the gospel music industry, but Bobby Jones is also a pioneer of gospel music. And so he definitely has his own category with the the gospel awards. What's up, the Apostle of Beauty? What's up, Damon? Hey man, what's going on? She did not deserve that award. Okay, all right, yep. Okay, Mr. Haddon needs to get saved. Okay, Titan, thank you. Was it a fan voted award? Because that will make the difference. No, it wasn't fan voted. I believe this was behind the scenes. But I'm gonna say this to your point. I agree with you. To your point, when it comes to the artist itself. However, this is where my brain goes. It's my Aquarius brain. I'm sorry, and I apologize in advance. Artistry is artistry in my brain, and I say that because a lot of music comes from gospel music feeds off of the blues. It feeds off of R&B, and R&B feeds off of gospel. The way that our music has transcended time, has
The blues,
transcended.
the gospel music is so the blues is birthed out of gospel. Gospel is not birthed out of the blues.
I will have to say that maybe they feed off each other. The way I say that, especially quartet music, things like that, genres that I know definitely I was brought up in. But I'm saying this is that in my brain now, I do know that we have the categories. However, I look at I equivalate the same thing. Of course, we know that black people created and birthed country music, but it's the same argument with Beyonce. It's the same argument that they had when Yolanda Adams did the Anita Baker tribute. It's the same.
I don't understand why. And Yolanda been telling
It's
y'all motherfuckers this forever.
it's
She
the
been
s-
telling y'all this shit forever. Leave her alone.
it, it,
She ain't
it's
grew up
it's
in the church like y'all did.
it's the same thing. It's the same thing in my opinion. Because one thing that I will look at is this gospel music. When come here, Kanye West. Now, when his ass was over there at the Lakewood and he was traveling the country with his gospel albums, y'all broke your neck to get to him.
Mhm.
Everywhere you went, you broke your neck. And I don't believe that he was nominated for any awards. I may have to fact check that, but I'm just gonna leave that in the air. But what happens is that any person who comes out of the church, no matter what genre you are, the church is going to come out of you. Aretha Franklin is a huge example of this. Patti LaBelle, huge example of this. Stephanie Mills, huge example of this. You
I was
know,
just listening to Stephanie Mills gospels. She has a song
and she got a
that's
whole
called
gospel. She got a whole
she got a
gospel
whole
album,
gospel CD.
a whole one.
Yeah, and then she has a song on that I had a talk with God, which I love. I was listening to that earlier. I mean, I get it. I get we have, and I think these people have done gospel albums at a certain point. Glorilla ain't done no gospel. Patty has done a gospel album. Aretha has done several gospel albums and one gospel, right?
She
So
did.
these artists that you spoke about, that you speak about, we get that. Glorilla is not a Patti LaBelle and she is not an Aretha Franklin. She is a nasty, trashy, raunchy ass rap singer. I love her. I absolutely love her.
But
I
but
told you, like, and I'm not
but
trying to take her gift away from her. I'm not trying to take her prayer because she also has a on that CD. She has a prayer as well.
but but
Uh,
but what about Snoop? Snoop is a weed smoking, drinking rap artist that has a whole gospel album, and we love it.
has he
He
won an award?
he hasn't won an award, but for it, But what I'm
But
saying
this is
is,
what we're saying, Q. Nobody is taking away that you can do a gospel song. Nobody's taking away that you can do a whole gospel album. Tons of people want to do gospel albums, as they should. But in this particular instance, Dietrich is right.
I don't
For
think you're
me,
right.
Dietrich is right.
I don't
She
think you're
should
right.
not have. It is an affront to Dr. Bobby Jones's legacy in gospel music. And even though Dr. Bobby Jones would push to, he liked, some of the newer stuff coming out or whatever. It didn't always have to be traditional with him, right? But this is a song from an artist who is hot right now. That is the only reason why she won. Glorilla is hot. She has a song with Kurt Franklin. Kurt Franklin is always hot. And she got Kiara Sheard on there.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like I get that. I mean, and Glorilla is hot right now. She is not gonna take that from her. But one thing that I guess maybe what I'm saying is that the way that gospel music is, it is no longer the James Cleveland era. It is no longer more, because even Fred Hammond is changing his music up. That there are, I remember Smoking Norfolk had an issue with Kurt Franklin because they all felt like that Kurt Franklin was way too radical in his message. I watched the BET his performance, and he killed it, you know.
Listen, Kirk said almost 30 years ago, if you think that gospel music has gone too far, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Nothing yet.
And he has held fast to that, has always pushed the limits of what gospel music can do. And I appreciate it. But I'm telling you one thing that Kirk don't do. Kirk don't talk about sucking dick. Kirk don't talk about ain't got his ass out. He got them tight ass pants on, but he ain't got his ass out. Kirk is solidified in gospel music and where it could possibly go. So, with that being said, yes, he will do a song with Glorilla because Glorilla is what? She's a Christian, she's a human being, she has experiences. All of these things are happening with her in her life, right? She is also connected to God, even though she's, trashy, rapper. She is still connected, she is still God's child. So he will do a song with her, which absolutely put that on your album. And then the next two songs you talk about some man eating you out. I get it. Hey, that's life. You understand what I'm saying? For me, that song just did not deserve a award that is named after a gospel legend. Now, if it was the Kirk Franklin Award, if it was the Kirk Franklin Award,
I just think they're jealous, man. I just do. I
they jealous
get
of who?
I think that notoriety is huge in gospel music. Gospel music so happens to be the one of the most cliquish industries ever,
They said
because
that.
of just because of what you're saying, because the pioneers of certain music. But we have seen, just like you said with Aretha and things like that, we have seen gospel music trends. I mean, we have seen artists transition over into other genres and have received the awards from it. And I
And
don't
transition back.
and then come back to it. And come back to it.
and,
So
and
so
transmission back to where they once were because they happy about that. And this, so I get what you're saying, right? I get the idea that a gospel artist, period. I think this young lady, Apostle, somebody, I was trying to read her comments. She was like, if artistry is artistry, why is it categories? Because there has to be categories in artistry. I wish that it wasn't, but there's a particular, I don't know if I want to listen to, I don't listen to rock music, right? I listen to soft rock music, but I don't listen to rock music. I don't listen to heavy metal. So I don't want that genre of music to be categorized with R&B. They are two completely, totally different things and should not be judged the same.
okay, so do you remember when Janet Jackson was inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
Mhm.
and how these people had a whole ass issue with that because they considered Janet a pop artist? You know, Ja there is nowhere in any one of Janet's albums, nowhere in her entire catalog, whether she is being featured or featured someone, in her music that classifies as rock and roll anywhere?
Black Cat. Yes, it does. Black Cat.
Okay, Black Cat.
Black
Okay,
Cat.
I'll give you
That's
that one.
listen.
But
That is completely rock and roll. But I think, but there are other artists that's inducted. Missy Elliott is inducted into the Rock and
yeah,
Roll
that's
Hall of
what I'm
Fame.
saying.
So
Like,
so
but
I think so. Here's the thing: we're missing the point with when it comes to rock and roll. You got rock and roll. Roll is the others. Roll is the others.
roll is others. We're just
Come
gonna
on,
roll
man. You
with
got
it. Just
LL
gonna
Cool
roll
J
with
is
it.
inducted into LL Cool J is inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There,
Tina
there are
Turner
so Tina.
was
Well,
inducted.
of course, Tina is rock.
I mean, she's rock.
So,
Yeah, she's rock,
so
but
I'm
she
just
didn't
trying to.
start that way. She started
She
R&B.
didn't. Well, was that R&B though? Because Ike was pushing it. Ike was pushing it. Ike was a man of listen. He was a horrible person to women, but he was a musical genius because Ike too was a little bit of rock and roll. And
Okay,
what rock
I can
and
give you
roll
that. Yeah,
sounded like, come on, man, what rock and roll sounded like, yeah, it was like that rhythm and blues type thing that he would write what rhythm and blues was at that time. But he started to transition too. Remember, I I had a guitar.
rolling, huh? Rolling on the river, huh?
So I mean, I don't know, man. I just everybody wants things to stay the same. I love Smokey Norfolk.
I like Smokey.
Everybody everybody wants thing. I love what Smokey does in gospel. I love Fred Hammond. I love what Fred does in
He
gospel music.
After a while he get on my nerve. CC Winans take her entire catalog except with BB Winans, anything she's done with her brother. But anything she's done by herself, that's why her music is garbage now. If you listen to any of her recent songs, her music is so garbage. It's garbage. And you can take all her music and you can throw it right all over there in the silver trash can and put the lid on it. You really
I think
can.
I think CC I think CC sings for Dove Award presented for Dove Award winner.
She's a trumpet, and you know her. And unfortunately, even though I love Tina's voice with Mary, can't believe she's a Trump supporter. That
Some
just
people just don't know no fucking better.
ugh, that just but to each his own. Damon, thank you so much for coming. You said the real question is, has the Illuminati infringed on the gospel community? We'll have to call them and see. Shit.
I don't have no number for them.
We have to call them and see. We got to ask the Illuminati to step forward to see if they're gonna say anything. I that that's a conversation that maybe we need to find a gospel artist, and I know a few of them. I know a few of them here in Dallas. Maybe we can grab one of them to have this conversation about, see if they were offended by it. A lot of gospel artists were offended by this. But to each his own again, and to kind of have this
But again, I
conversation.
stand, and most of the time, I'm not really standing with Christians like that. But I will stand with Christians in this because I think that it is. I just don't. I don't know. I maybe and it could be that I'm old too. So I'm an old man,
You're
and
not
I
that
used to,
old. You're
and I
number
used
three
to,
years older than me. That
and I
means
used
that
to
we're
listen.
both old.
I used to look at Bobby Jones gospel.
And
I used
see
to
him
watch that stuff.
sashay up there in his flashy suits, and we're not going to even go there. But see him sashay in his flashy suits,
I'm not
and
talking
see
about
him.
him that's in his flashy shoes, in his flashy suits. What I am saying is that his love and revere for gospel music and how he put gospel artists on. I don't give a damn how many bugle beads he had in that damn suit. I know that he loved gospel music.
Did you say bugle bees?
Yes.
Oh my god. Where my beer at? Where my goddamn beer? I'm not doing this with you. Mm-mm.
That's all I'm saying.
Mm-mm.
That's all I'm saying, man.
Listen, um, share this broadcast, everybody. We appreciate your comments. Thank you so much for dropping your comments and all that good stuff. There's one more thing I think that we should talk about before we get off of here. And it crossed my mind earlier today, but I was like, well, do I want to bring this up or do I want to let it go? So we were talking about music as a whole. Since we just got to talking about Dietrich Haddon, we mentioned several artists here and things of that nature. What do you think about because now what they're saying is that if Sean Puffy Combs is released, okay, I don't get listen. I'm gonna be one of the first ones to say it if nobody else says it publicly. I just really think he's gonna get off. I really think that he's gonna get off, especially the way that the prosecution is handling his case as it relates to trying to convict him because his defense attorneys are on it. I don't know if R. Kelly should have used them too, but
He
whatever.
didn't. He didn't have that kind of money.
But there has been some speculation, and this is alleged, that if P. Diddy is released, he may be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Okay. Now I don't know where this is coming from. I like Puffy's music, but I mostly like the groups and artists that he has produced or put towards the front outside of his baby all and extracurricular activities because we don't have to say it's alleged because he had over 1,000 bottles of baby oil, which he could have gave me about 50 of them and it would have lasted me for 2 years. But I read somewhere allegedly that he may be inducted possibly into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and may receive his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So what do you think about that? Now, if Diddy gets off, because I think he's gonna get off. I mean, like I said, the way that they're not showing any clips, but of what they're actually of what's been going on in the courtroom, but according to several reports, that the defense is breaking down the prosecution's case against him. And they're reserving the right to recall witnesses that they have not questioned. And it's two in particular. I know that they don't get their ex-girlfriend back up there. I know they're gonna make a mockery of her again. And there's another witness that they did not question at all, that they reserve the right to recall when it's their turn. What do you think about that? Does he deserve any kind of accolades after the allegations against him? After what people are saying about him, and people are constantly saying, did you see? I started to send it to you, but did you see that somebody have some kind of audio that's going on about an artist that was crying because Diddy allegedly was having his way with them, and the man was crying? you know I'm gonna send that to you. This is all alleged, but I don't know if that was Diddy or not. I'm not gonna even say it sounded like him. That ain't none of my business. But what do you think about that? Should he receive any accolades for his contribution to R&B and rap music if
I
he
have
gets off?
I have always said this. I have always said this, and it makes me sick to my stomach. Because we're dealing with the court of public opinion, and everybody want to have their own motherfucking morals, right? Um, when it's beneficial to them,
Mm-hmm.
they want to be morally right when it's beneficial to them, right? Or when it's a cause that they are really, um, you know, adamant about. I think I wish that we could always separate. I think that we should always separate a person's artistry from their humanity,
Okay.
because humanity, your humanity, it's fucked up. Um, or we should separate a person's artistry from the worst day ever, from their worst day ever that we know. Ah,
I think by you
I
saying that, I kind of think about the what was it? The it was in Houston. What was it? The Super Bowl performance with Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson, where there when he pulled off the overlay and revealed her breast and how she was shunned for years.
yeah, she
Um,
was, not him.
she was not him, and how his career took a huge lift off of her.
Yeah, but I think I also think that that was strategic in the way that how because Michael was on trial for child molestation at the same time that that was happening.
Right.
So I think she stepped in to save her brother from what was going on, like to take the heat off of him. Now something is happening here. Um, Let me get back to this because it's so difficult. Q, this is so hard because we saw what that boy did to her. I don't give a fuck. We saw with our eyes all of this shit that they're trying to paint, and oh this and this and oh they he did she did this and did she wouldn't have done none of that shit if this motherfucker wasn't forcing her to do it. I don't think she would have done any of it. I think that she was in a drug induced stupor for the amount of years that she was with him, and she would do anything for him. And I think that she had gotten desperate because she knew that her music, she probably got tons of music. She knew that her music wasn't going to be put out ever because he was a nasty, low down, dirty son of a bitch. So, with all that being said,
Okay.
I am a Puffy music fan. I like all of it. There's not a song that I do not like that Puffy had produced.
I mean, and
I
he's
mean, that's
produced
just what
a
it
lot
is.
of hits. A lot of hits.
But because of what we have seen, and because we really deal with um with the court of public opinion, here we are. Um, People are going to be upset. But here's the thing: Puffy has enough money to change the whole trajectory of his life if he gets off. Remember, before he went in, he had already changed his name to Love, and he was already on that trajectory. And then, boom, this happened. Right? Karma is coming after you. We don't give a fuck what your name is. Sent that girl $30 million within 24 hours. 24 hours, and now here we are. Puffy has enough money to change the trajectory of his life if he gets off, and it might not be because Puffy gonna come back out and apologize. That's for sure. He gonna come back out and do something. He gonna get a group together. They gonna do it. It's gonna be a whole Kanye West thing.
You
They
know
gonna
it.
get out. They gonna write a song. It's gonna be beautiful. Everybody gonna be jamming it. Blah blah blah. Yada yada yada. He may even have his, he may even have his pastor on there too. They do that too. He may, he may get a pastor. You remember that shit what R. Kelly did. His pastor was there on one of them damn talk shows. Who else did? Who else had a pastor with them? You know, giving them guidance and shit like this. Just for the fluff for the people. Just giving the fluff for the people, and then in the next 5 years or so, it that people will remember it. They will hate it, but he will get a star, and a he would get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He has the he has the music to do it.
He
He
has
has it.
he has the music to do it. He has the music to do it. So yeah. So that's
He
it.
has it.
That,
That's
that,
it
that
for us, brother.
That's all I got. That's all I got. Everybody listen, thank you so much for watching us on today. Thank you for your comments. We sure appreciate all of that
We
good
do
shit.
appreciate that.
Um
Thank y'all so much for listening to The Devil and His Advocate. Q fucked around and wanted to be the devil so bad because
just
he
one
hate
just one time. You've been the devil the whole time tonight. And I listen just one time for
he
me.
hates CC Winans. He hate
I
Doja
don't
Cat.
hate her. I don't hate her. I don't hate her. I don't hate CC Winans.
Okay, you
I just
dislike
don't
her.
like her music. Her music is garbage to me. You know,
Oh my
uh,
God, I just don't even understand how you can say her music is garbage. That is
her music is
crazy to me.
garbage. It is. I mean,
It is that is crazy to me. And I
the
believe
only
that she is the Whitney Houston of gospel music. Yes.
well, listen, Whitney had any duet that Whitney has done is the bomb. You know, CC Winans sounds the best with her brother, BB.
I disagree.
I don't.
But we
But
can agree to disagree.
yeah. We gonna have to. But yeah. But anyway, I don't hate CC Winans. Just to put that out there, I don't hate her. I just don't like her music. Listen to her new song. Go right now, y'all. Spotify. It's on Apple iTunes. It is also on YouTube. Listen to her new song and y'all tell me what y'all think about it. Drop them comments and y'all be like, what the hell is this?
Hey, listen, but don't even do that. Just go to she just did a tiny desk. Hear her in her real state. She just did a tiny desk concert.
Now listen, I'm gonna say this. I give props where they belong. Her tiny disc was good.
Yes, it was. Thank
It
you
it was
very much.
good. I now listen. I never said she couldn't sing. I never said she couldn't sing. CC Winans has a good voice. She does. But
It's a
the
beautiful voice.
music that she has, it just it just feel like a whole ass migraine developing in my brain. And
So
I
first
don't
of all, let's just say this because we have to go. I don't want to belabor CC Winans because I really don't fuck with her because she's a Trump supporter and I haven't heard her say anything else that about it that she wasn't. So in my
she know
mind,
better.
she still is a Trump supporter. So we're not even gonna belabor this conversation. I love her. I love her voice. I love her music. That's it, girl. We don't care about you. Bye. You're a rich woman. We don't care about you. Bye.
Rich people problems. Listen, everybody, thank you so much for joining the show again on today. Me, myself and Sunshine, we may do a surprise after dark on next week. Because I do know that there is some shit that she wants to talk about. And so she's like, after dark is the only way I can get my little release. I said, okay, we could do it. So that's cool. Keep in mind that starting July the 1st, myself, Mo Swag, and Hendrix for MTG Live, we'll be on our summer break until the second week of August. So Stupid is Real will be going on probably in that place. Y'all know I like to get on by myself and act a complete fool because when they let me loose by myself, there's no controlling me and I don't care. And so y'all keep that in mind as well. The Devil and His Advocate. We should be back in about 2 weeks. You know, somebody is real busy. Somebody is real busy. You know, we got to catch up with the poet. You know, the chef of many
Yeah.
many decadent foods. I just want my damn cake.
And I have
Um,
I also have an event coming up August 23rd. I'm gonna starting really promoting this event that's coming up. It's gonna be dinner with the poet brunch and bakery event. It's gonna be a fundraiser as well. So uh, more details to come. If you follow me on all social medias, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you will get that information firsthand.
Sounds like a winner dinner. It sounds like a winner. All right, then, everybody. We appreciate you watching. We're gonna see y'all in a minute. Have a good evening. Have a good week. Again, happy Juneteenth, happy Father's Day, happy Pride, and it's something else that's going on. It's an awareness month, something medically. I can't.
Men's Mental Health Month is the month of June. This is Men's Mental Health Month.
There
So,
you go.
all men, please get your minds right, get your minds checked, and do what you need to do to be the best person that you possibly can be.
And listen, if you're coming out here to Dallas for Pride, please use condoms. Please use condoms. You know, be on your prep. You know, have yourself all juiced up and stuff. Have your veins ready. You know, because y'all gonna come out here at the damn fool, and we already know that. You know, so just be on your best behavior. you know, and we'll talk to y'all later. I ain't got nothing else to say about it. You know, maybe I'll pop out there or not. We'll see. Have y'all have a good night and shit, and we'll talk to y'all later.
All right,
Peace out.
peace out.